Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre firmly rejected suggestions that OECS member states should consider parting ways with CARICOM, a hypothetical posited by opposition leader Allen Chastanet. Speaking at pre-cabinet press briefing, Pierre underscored the critical importance of regional unity for the collective strength and economic future of the Caribbean.
So imagine if we had the tenacity to pull out of CARICOM and renegotiate bilateral agreements with Jamaica, bilaterals with Trinidad, bilaterals with Guyana, and bilaterals with Barbados. Would we be better off? I'm not saying we do it, but sometimes we have to ask ourselves that question.
While declining to directly comment on the opposition leader's specific remarks, Prime Minister Pierre emphasized the necessity of regional cohesion.
These remarks have been well ventilated. The last analysis came from the Gleaner newspaper. You should have a read. So, I prefer not to comment on what the leader of opposition says. I prefer not to comment. I heard the leader of the opposition yesterday at a meeting, and I could not believe I was hearing what I heard. But that's for another show. What I can tell you is that the region must get together. We have to forge that unity. The people must drive it. And I'm calling the young people to drive it. They have to drive that unity. We cannot go in our separate ways. What has St. Lucia got in itself, by itself, in the world? We have to understand that there is common ground.
Addressing frustrations with the slow pace of free movement within the region, Pierre acknowledged existing insularities, but maintained that progress, though incremental, is being made. He highlighted that most countries have endorsed the protocol for free movement of people, despite ongoing challenges. A member of the press corps asked the Prime Minister about the delays in meeting the target date for the free movement of people within CARICOM.
I can't disagree with you, but I surely will not ask the OECS to leave CARICOM. What I'm saying is this, I'll give an example. The OECS, there is free movement, right? But still for that, sometimes you have to give a passport. I'm the Prime Minister. I travel to Antigua, I have to give my passport. They have to take it, they have to stamp it. I'm the Prime Minister. When I go, they say they have to identify me. You understand? So there's another insularity that still exists. So it's going to be the people who have to demand from the politicians. The people are the ones who say, listen to me, that must stop. If you allow politicians to lead as far as that's concerned, each of us have our own, and let's make no bones about it, the opposition too. Each of us wants to have our own, we think that our policies are the best, etc. But the OECS has made tremendous strides. On the 1st of June, the protocol for the free movement of people, most countries have endorsed it. Some of them have 3 years, some of them have 7 years. But you see, you have to fight the insularity. A lot of people think that, they'll come and take our jobs. That's not true. But as history and elections have consequences. So if history now, what's happening in the US, what's happening with the visa for international students, we may be forced to go to UE. So history, by a strange convergence of situations, might make it possible for us to look into ourselves.
Pierre made it clear that he is not under any illusion about the hurdles, but firmly believes in the integration movement.
I agree with you, the cynicism is there. It has been there from the Federation. One from it is nothing, right? One from it is not what it was? One from 10 lives not. Right. From that time, you understand, there's still the concept of big island, small island, MDCs, LDCs. So It's a long, long process. But I think the young people are the ones who will drive this process together. But you're very correct. The process has been slow, and frustrations sometimes come in, not without cause. But you're very correct. But I think we're taking incremental, and the OECS at making the incremental step.
The Prime Minister concluded that fragmented approaches would significantly weaken the negotiating power and economic prospects of individual OECS nations. Solange Alfred, HTS News Force.